Hey, howdy, hey, fellers!
Oh yes, we are back with another album this week. As suggested by Zach, we have
God damn.
Why did you do this?
Okay.
We have The Chronic.
The Chronic?
The Chronic.
What?
It's an album.
What information?
It is
do you
an
have?
album.
It came out in '92.
Yeah.
It's made by Dr. Dre.
His
Was
first.
he a real doctor?
No.
I mean, maybe.
A doctor of beats, per se.
A doctor of some sick beats.
But this is right off of him leaving NWA. Early, 1989. I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct. Probably might be off by a year, but Straight Outta Compton came out, and it was the tits back in the day. You would say it was pretty fucking good.
No,
it was very breaking, onto the scene of some hardcore gangster rap. Like that was the start, the birth of it. At least on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Not really much on the East Coast at this point in time, but later in time. But
Wu-Tang?
yeah, 5 years later.
Yeah,
But,
Wu-Tang was not. Their first album would come out a year after this one.
Yeah.
So
This is still very new, and rap has not been around for that much longer, for that long, and this is still very early. And the members of NWA, kind of after the first album out of Straight Outta Compton, Ice Cube kind of realized that they were getting fucked over on the business side of things. Decided to fuck off and make his own shit, and he had the best solo career out of all of them. In my opinion. Easily had the best solo career out of any of these guys. Dr. Dre has the second best, I would say, but it's album wise with those guys. I think Dr. Dre has better albums than Ice Cube does. As a compilation of music, because his albums are packed with features. Dr. Dre is The Chronic. This shit is stacked. He's got a lot of people here. He's got Exhibit. He's got Snoop Dogg. He's got Lady Rage. He's got a bunch of fucking people working on this record. So it's not just him. Ice Cube did indeed have features, but not a lot of them. Most of his songs on his solo records are just him. They're four full records of mostly him. So he had the features, but he wasn't stacked like this. This is an insane lineup for the early '90s, and being produced by Dre is crazy. And this is the start of Death Row Records, and this is the really one big blowout record. This is the Death Row Records is pretty synonymous with The Chronic. That's kind of what it is.
Pretty much.
This album came out, and at the time, there was a lot of tension between the members of the groups. A lot of them didn't really have favorable opinions of each other, and they said some pretty mean things to each other.
Yeah.
Especially on this album. This album, they really kind of poked fun at Eazy. Mostly at Eazy-E. A lot of the hate back in the day was Eazy-E.
Yeah.
Ice Cube was dunking on Eazy-E. Dr. Dre was dumping on Eazy-E. I'm pretty sure MC Ren might have also dumped on Eazy-E. I'm not even sure. It's just because he got... Because to be fair, on the business side of things, he kind of fucked everybody over a little bit when they signed for Ruthless Records, which is the company that produced Straight Outta Compton was Ruthless Records.
Right.
And on the business side of things, it was more leaning towards you should definitely watch the movie Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, if
and
you want
look into it.
The full story
there's a lot of history behind this album, but I think that I shouldn't try to tell the whole story, and we should just start talking about the album. Because I could literally this is an hour-long story. The leading up to this album is a lot. There's a whole lot of shit that happened before this album came out.
You're going to summarize the movie?
It's for Dre's come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From after.
And I think this is one of the best starts you could have.
Yeah.
So, considering
Let's start with the album.
The opening intro, The Chronic, is
The Chronic.
It's just them,
the
kind of them. Just they got a beat going on, and then it's just Snoop Dogg talking a lot of shit. It's just him on the mic, just fuck you guys, gay as hell, shut up. Yeah, it's a lot of that, but I think it's okay.
He goes from gangsta to...
He doesn't really rap. There's no rapping yet on the album until the second track.
Fuck with Dre. This is a classic.
This is pretty good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of them are just kind of I like to. This is car music for me. I love listening to this while I'm just driving around,
Yes.
And, like-
me too.
or like if I'm smoking a joint. This is the perfect
I
album
wonder why.
for smoking weed. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Well,
Yeah.
Chronic.
All of the decals on this album, like around Dre and on the cover and stuff, and on the back, it's all taken off Zigzag. It's a Zigzag parody. If you look at Zigzag rolling papers, it's the same font and like everything is the like Dre is the circle in the middle because you know how on Zigzag it's the guy smoking the joint and but instead it's Dre on the cover. It's
That's
like
funny.
the Zigzag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's great.
but it is off weed. It's just weird too because when you listen to this album, and then also listen to Straight Outta Compton, in the song "Express Yourself," he says, "I don't smoke weed or cess because it's known to give a brother brain damage, and brain damage on the mic don't manage nothing." And then he comes up with this album, and he's like, "Yeah, smoke pot, let's go. We smoking weed in here."
It's a great contrast.
Yeah.
But fuck with Dre Day. It's a classic song. There's again a lot of like roasts in it, like fucking shots at other rappers, especially Eazy-E.
Yeah,
in
they
this track,
really-
too.
Eazy-E and like Tim Dog are like some of the people they poke fun of the most.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that was kind of the crew that I guess Easy continued hanging in after
Yeah.
with Ruthless Records, just really dunking on them any moment they could.
Next one's Let Me Ride.
Let Me Ride.
Wait, is that the next one?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Let Me
Yeah.
Ride is a classic.
This
too.
isn't
Oh,
just
God.
gangster rap. The whole song is it's very G funk is what they
Mhm.
call it. It's very gangster rap, but with a funky kind of like
Yes, this album is littered
aspects
with
to
that.
it. Yeah, it's got a lot of like. It's very nice. I like most of the sound on this album, man. Let
It's
Me Ride
very
is one of the
West
really good
Coast
ones. Yeah.
sounding.
This cemented
The
West Coast
straight
hip
up-
hop.
Yeah,
pretty much.
this
Like,
is-
this
It's
is
straight up gangster rap.
this album is pretty much like I think of like when I think of like West Coast. This is one of the things. It's like
Mhm.
this is one of the things that West Coast rap is like. This is the perfect West Coast
Yeah.
album. Is what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say. I guess
Yes.
perfect California. This is the California album
Mm-hmm.
very much.
The next track,
Day.
The Day the Fellas Took Over.
Who took over, AJ?
The Fellas Took Over.
The fellas took over.
I think this is a really good track
Were
too.
they in Paris?
They might have been in Paris, but I think this is a very good song. This is where the album starts to like pack some punch with its lyrics and like its beats.
They're a little
start
more
getting-
aggressive
Mhm.
starting off from this point on, which it does especially towards the after the big skit. And
Yeah,
there's
we'll
pretty
get
much
to that later.
yeah, but a lot of the back end of the album is a lot more hard hitting, kind of like fast, kind of gangster rap, that hard hitting stuff.
These are all good. I like them all. They were good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
After that, we have Nothing But a G Thing, which is one of the singles
Yep,
on
this
the album.
is the big hit off the album.
This is
I'm sure
probably
you
pretty
all
much
heard
the big
this
hit
one.
off the album.
I like this one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you play GTA San Andreas, you know this track.
Big GTA San Andreas vibes.
Yep. It's one of my favorite tracks
Next
off
is
the album.
These Nuts.
These nuts. This is where it came from, all you 14-year-olds who miss Vine. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe not 14-year-olds. They were
Vine fucking
probably like
sucked.
20, 18-year-olds that
Yeah.
miss Vine. Yeah.
Vine fucking sucked.
Yeah, I agree though. But this is where it came from. Is this song? These
I will
nuts.
defend Fine, but not now. Later, I'm not going to do it during the music episode. But
Yeah.
I will defend Vine.
We'll have a great debate later. But I like this track too. Cheeky check, microphone check one. You know,
Whoa,
this is a
whoa.
fun one to listen to.
Little ghetto boy.
Lil Ghetto Boy. This is a good one.
That's probably
too.
one of my favorites off the album. I like this one.
Yeah.
I didn't have favorites, just to throw that out there. They all sounded fun.
I like all these songs. On
Yeah,
the
I think
album.
every
They're,
song
like,
is
all
good.
cool,
I
and fun
have a
moments.
preference to prefer the back end of the album,
Mhm.
but I do like all the songs on this album.
It's a fellow with a gun.
A Fellow with a Gun.
Let's
Yeah.
go with a gun.
Yeah.
Go with a gun.
Guy with a gun.
Yeah.
A guy with a gun. I think this is another good track though.
Yeah,
He's got the za
So-
and the gun.
Mhm.
I can show you guys the comparison afterwards, but I've heard this song a lot, and this beat has you ever played Balloons Tower Defense 4 before?
Yeah.
It's the same fucking intro music that is in the background of this beat, which means that Balloons Tower Defense 4 fucking took that beat and then just sucked that one part out of it and put it in their game.
That's great.
Fuck.
I'm telling you, it sounds exactly like it.
That is fucking nuts.
That game was fun as shit.
Oh yeah, that game is fantastic.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Yep, that's another great one.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Just about shooting the guns. It's
Just shooting,
Shooting fellas,
shooting
you know.
fellas.
Yeah.
Western style.
Next
shooting
is
fellas.
your guys' favorite skit.
the $20 sack pyramid.
I never understood this when I listened to it.
There was a game show back in the day called the $20,000 pyramid, the $50,000 pyramid, the $100,000 pyramid, all those like variations, hosted by Dick Clark.
Right.
I used to, funny name. I used to watch those all as a kid, so I thought it was really funny when I got that reference, because pretty much on how the show, you have to say something and they have to guess like what you're trying to say.
So
Like
you
an
have to
example-
give an explanation, like he was saying in the song.
Gang
You had to find a name
Oh, wait,
for.
wrong.
Oh,
You had to
stop.
find a name for weed, and he was giving names of weed,
No.
and the answer to the question is what he's trying to say. So
Yeah.
like
Things
you
that
give a
people
bunch of
smoke.
things that people smoke, and then somebody would. Before that, they try to guess what it is. They have to say a bunch of names of what the thing is, and then you have to
Mhm.
like what a lingo of what something is, basically.
Yes.
So, I like the $20 sack.
It's
pyramid.
one
I
of my
think it's
favorite
funny.
skits of all time. It's so funny. It's just so, I don't know, it's just great. It's clever.
Lyrical gangbang.
I fucking love
This one is a
song.
banger.
This is probably one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah. This
Is this the one where the intro is you have to play this at loud volumes?
Yes. This one must
Play
be
this at high volume, especially in a residential area.
That one I like.
Yeah, and then it just starts going. Yeah, that one. Is
That
one
one's
of the-
really hard hitting to start
Mhm.
off with, and it has Palladio Rage to open up that song, and that's great. I love
Yeah.
it.
She's a very underrated rapper.
She's a very underrated, especially from that era. She did have her own album, and it's not bad. I've listened to the whole thing. I think it's pretty good. She's got some really good songs on there. But
Next is High Powered.
high powered.
Powered.
I like this one too. This one's probably one of my lesser favorite tracks, but it's still really
Bless
good.
her.
I do like this song.
What is with you and fucking getting snippy all of a sudden, dickhead?
I
Yeah,
just
it's
thought that was funny.
Fucking peckerhead.
But I do like high powered. I love the sound of it. But this entire album, the sound is just really nice and it hits well. What's after high powered?
The doctor's office.
Ah, this guy.
Just hope nobody's in the room
When you're-
while this comes on.
They'll
and-
think
Just
you're watching
no,
porn.
especially your mother.
Especially
Yeah.
your mother. Yeah.
Don't let your mom walk
Pretty
in.
the
much.
first time I listened to it, I was luckily in the car by myself, so I now know.
Yeah, me too.
So nobody's ever
Don't
had the
play that out loud, lads. You'll get in a wee bit of
You
trouble.
might get a little bit in trouble.
So basically, the skit is about Dr. Dre's the doctor, and these ladies are going for their appointment. And in the office, you hear some enlightenment.
yeah.
Lovely,
Don't
lovely.
listen to this song. It's No Not November. That's what we're basically trying to say.
Yes.
If you want to fail, fail.
If you want to fail, fail.
It's also a little weird if you get off to a song. So.
That's true. The next track is Stranded on Death Row.
I like this song. This is one of the other hard-hitting tracks.
Yeah, this is another very hard-hitting sound.
Heavy hair.
This is good.
I got fucking yawning.
Yeah, you gotta stop yawning, bro. The Roach, which is the chronic outro. You get it because you're almost on the weed. Yeah. And, that is the weed track off the album.
It's the weed track.
And for an album called The Chronic, there isn't very much weed-centered songs. There's very few.
Wait, isn't the Chronic a strand?
It's like a slang term for really good
It's a
weed.
slang term for really good weed.
Like, you get that chronic.
You got that chronic. You mean you got some good ass shit.
Yes.
And the Chronic outro. Bitches ain't shit.
Bitches Ain't Shit is the
Bitches ain't
closing
shit,
track.
but oh,
This is
bitches.
another classic.
Funny enough,
This song is funny.
The first time I ever
Bitches
heard
ain't shit.
"Bitches Ain't Shit," it was the guy Filthy Frank on YouTube.
Yep.
This pink guy.
That's the first time I heard it
And he
too.
was
I didn't hear
playing
the
it on
original Dr. Dre
ukulele.
version.
He was playing it on the ukulele.
Bitches
singing
ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Just
Like,
the very slow.
I heard
version.
this one first, but I heard that one after.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love this song.
I
think
love
it's
this
funny as
song,
hell.
too.
This is a fucking banger.
Yes.
I like this
Put it
whole
on,
album.
you'll be bumping.
This
for a while.
album is damn near flawless. Like, it is very good. It encapsulates what 90s hip-hop was going to become. It really set the stage for West Coast rap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ice Cube was doing his own thing and all, but this album was just huge.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts for anyone?
Really good.
You smoke a lot of weed,
Eh.
and you want to listen to gangster rap, go
Yes.
jam on.
There is one more thing I would like to say before we bring up the ratings. It is a very common debate amongst rap fans: The Chronic or 2001.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what 2001 is.
It's the second Dr. Dre album, the one with Forgot About Dre and all those bangers on it.
2001.
I don't know.
It's a hard.
It's so hard for me to pick between these
It's
two
a very
albums.
hard thing to debate.
But
Wait a minute, he literally spaced his albums out that long?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He takes a long time in between it. He only has 3
Because
records.
he's perfecting them.
at the
Mhm.
end of what is it? Nothing But a G Thing.
Well,
he says wait until the next episode, and then the next album has a song called Next Episode, and it's the smoke weed every day. It's that song.
Yeah. Shall we go to ratings then?
Yeah.
Alright, Zach. What do you give The Chronic?
I'm gonna give The Chronic a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's really solid. I think it's pretty good. I like all the songs on the album. I do have a preference for the back half of the album, but I'll listen to pretty much any song on this
Mhm.
album. I like it all. So
Yes, sir.
Who's next?
You.
Mate, oh, fuck. I'm giving it a 9 also.
9.
oh shit.
This is gonna be a good one.
I was gonna give it a 10, but I don't know. 9.
I'm gonna give it a 7. Don't hate me for it.
7.
Don't hate me
Fuck
for it.
What the fuck?
I listen to it. It is my thing. I do dig this a lot. I can't play it by myself. I need people.
It's
with
fun
me.
to it's
what
fun
he
to
said
Like,
about
this
last
is a
week.
whole vibe.
Yeah,
out of
right.
it. I felt
Do
lovely
you
listening to
not
it.
listen to music by yourself? You said this about last week, too.
Yeah, but like I like listening to like songs that I know I could just fucking rage out to on my own. But like this is an album where you need a fuck ton of people just to vibe with that.
I kind of get
can
what
see
you're
that.
saying, but I listen to this album by I will I will actually roll a joint at home and put this album on my record because I have the vinyl too.
So like I
like-
said, don't hate me, but this is a fun album, but it's like not my cup of tea.
I get the party mentality for
Yeah,
this
it
album.
needs to be a party.
The vibe, just like kind of sitting around vibing, like
Yeah. I'm gonna also give it a 9.
oh
it's,
shit.
it's too good, bro. I want to give it a 10, but like some songs are just don't hit like perfectly for me. There's a few songs that are just like good, but not
It's
fantastic.
damn near perfect.
It's
You're
a di-
fucked up.
It's a damn near
I
perfect
know it's a
album.
wonderful album. Like everything about it, production wise, is just like I just didn't vibe with it as much as I thought in terms of like sitting and listening.
And
to
you
it
do
solo.
have a metal preference, like a majority metal preference.
Yeah, I mean the
There's-
lyrics are pretty hard hitting too. They did hit. It's just like not what I'm used to hearing.
I guess. So what are you picking, Luke?
We're gonna do
If you pick a '90s album, I swear to God.
No 90s album. not that.
2000.
Oh.
Okay.
This is the album, A Perfect Circle, Mare de Nam.
The fuck is this?
What?
This is Maynard James Keenan of Tool's second band that he was a part
Oh,
of.
okay.
Interesting.
And it is not completely. It's more like hard rock than anything else.
What
There's
the
no
fuck
screaming.
is it called?
Mare de Nam. It's a French name.